everyone, so today in this video I wanted to do a no makeup tutorial, and obviously I'm going to be wearing makeup and showing you what I apply. If you're familiar with these no makeup tutorials, the idea is for you to put makeup on but make it seem as natural as possible, to where people are kind of like, does she have makeup on? Is that her natural skin? Is that how she really looks? Like really minimal makeup, just to enhance your natural features and beauty, and that's what I am going to be doing today. So I have no makeup on, I just have some moisturizer on. So I'm going to start off with some primer, and this is a really nice primer. It's kind of gives you that blurring effect, and I think if you're gonna go with a no makeup look, then the best thing I think to focus on is to make sure that your skin looks really flawless and as clear and as smooth as it can, since your skin is kind of going to be the highlight of this look, really, because you're not going to be wearing a lot of eyeshadows and you know, strong lip color and whatnot. So once you have your primer set, I like to wait a little bit, let that set in. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Dream Velvet Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation, and I'm going to be mixing it in with my Super BB Cream Skin 79 BB Cream. And the reason I do this is, one, because I really like the texture of this and it's really nice, but it's a little, like a tad bit too dark, and this is really like whitening kind of BB cream. So when I mix the two, it gives a really good color and a really good finish. So to get a really smooth kind of like light finish for your foundation, I recommend using your hands or a beauty blender. In this case, I'm just going to be using my hands. When you use brushes, it kind of gets a little thick. I'm just going to mix the two here, and I probably get too much. And then I'm just going to mix it in. And then I'm just going to put it on like as if I were putting a moisturizer on. And just make sure you blend it and come down to your neck. And when you use your fingers like that, it's going to like let your natural skin peek through. Like I can still see some of my freckles. I can still see them, and it's still very light. And it kind of just turns into like more of a tinted moisturizer effect. Alright, so once that's all in, I'm going to dab it with this to make sure it's all blended, especially around the nose and the mouth and my wrinkles and under eyes, all that good stuff. So now we're going to move on to concealer. I do need to conceal. If you don't need to conceal, good for you, God bless you, because I have some serious under eye circles and I always have to conceal no matter what. And I'm going to use two concealers just to make it blend a little better. And then I'm going to blend that in with my beauty blender, again to give that natural look. And I'm going to go a little bit over my eyelid to make sure everything blends really well. Every time I'm filming, I'm scared that it's not recording and that I did everything for no reason, but it is recording, so we're good. Once that's blended in, we are going to lightly set everything with a mattifying primer, because I don't want to get all oily. And so I'm basically going to do this in my T-zone mostly. Then I'm also going to set my under eyes with that same powder. So I think it still looks like I don't have makeup on, somewhat. Alright, so then I do want to add some color, and I'm going to use a light bronzer, and I'm not going to contour, I'm just going to fluff it in. So I'm going to get a big brush. This one's from e.l.f. I'm just going to lightly put it where I regularly would contour, but just to add some color. Then I am going to go to my eyes, and I'm going to use this NYC eyeshadow base, and it's just a nude eyeshadow base, and it really looks like the color of my skin. But I'm just going to put that, and it's going to just even out the eyelid. You could skip this step if you know, because we went over our eyelids with the concealer, so you could skip this step. I'm just going to add it because it adds a little bit of color, but still a really natural look. And then I'm going to go back to that bronzer, and just lightly go in my crease, very lightly. Now I am going to touch up my eyebrows because they are very sparse and kind of all over the place. So I'm just gonna fill it in gently, not really shaping them very much, but just filling in the sparse areas, again to give a really natural look. All right, then once you have all that done, let me put some powder on my lids because that's a cream base, so I don't want it to crease very much. Then once you are done with that, you're going to curl your eyelashes because we are not putting on falsies or anything of that nature. So curling is somewhat natural because it's still your eyelashes. So we're just going to curl a little bit, and then I'm going to use a very light mascara. This one's from Jordana. Best Lash Extreme is what it's called. And I'm just going to lightly put it on in there. I don't want to make it seem like I have mascara on. I just want to make it seem like my eyelashes are just, you know, nice and dark because I can't go without mascara. And I really like this mascara because it makes your eyelashes kind of like very feathery. It doesn't clump them together unless you want them to. So there you go, very natural. I'm going to let that dry before I do my bottom lash line. So then I'm going to use this e.l.f. Tickled Pink blush, and it's more of like a peachy, the color says pink, but it's more like a peachy color, and it does have, it's matte, but it has a sheen to it, so it's not gonna look, and I like it because it's more towards my natural skin tone. I could go with the bright pink, but something a little bit more natural looking would be this peachy color. So I'm just going to get the same brush that we use for our bronzer. Then for highlight, so you don't have to do this, but this is not a highlight. It's actually a powder from Physicians Formula. It's the Mineral Wear Talc-Free Mineral Oh So Radiant Powder. But it does have this sheen to it that I really like. So I'm going to highlight with it. And it just gives a nice light kind of sheen, glow, radiance, whatever you want to call it, without being too thick. So once you're done with that, I'm going to go back to my lower lash line and just add mascara. Alright, and then your last step are your lips. And I am going to use this very nude Revlon Matte Gloss, Ultra HD Matte Lip Gloss. And it is just, you know, a tone or two darker, I think, than my natural lip. And it's more of a nude color than pink. And there you go. No makeup look.